I think it's just important for us to know where we came from and try to imagine it and experience it and feel it.
National Historical Registry. You don't get that at your dime store.
Look where we've come from and where we started, and this was it.
I like the structure itself. It just kind of oozes history.
This is the Jonathan Clark House Museum. It's not your ordinary museum because we like to keep it active and alive with educational programs. There's always something new happening here. Or as we say, come and see what's new or old at the Jonathan Clark House.
They've authenticated everything to the plasterers, the painters, the stoneworks, the masons. They've done it right.
Even finding the family, finding the Clark family.
Research.
Doing a lot of research, and they go from on buying trips to find furniture and things that are of the period.
Where would Mrs. Clark get her shirt?
Everything we do is geared to gain gratitude and understanding for the way of life in the mid-1800s and beyond. Family history, living off the land, games they played, the food they prepared, even starting businesses, communities, and local governments. These are deep, deep roots helping to settle southeast Wisconsin.
This is really the history of Wisconsin because as a state, we weren't founded until after the people that lived in this house were here.
Your heritage, there's things you'd like to kind of pass on to the next generation and try to take some pride in that, where you came from and what everything started out as.
Just the pride of the area, the pride of bringing it back to life, to where it was. There's been a lot of volunteer labor and sweat equity put into, converting it from a modern dentist office back to an 1840s farmstead.
You can see a lot in movies, but it's not the same as actually being there in 3D, experiencing it yourself, living it and feeling it. That's a whole different level of learning and understanding.
There are so many games and skills and crafts and things that people did in the past that are meaningful and can be adapted to today.
Yeah, and this one is almost 200 years old.
We also have events for the young and old, creating an interactive appreciation for the past. There are even book signings with authors describing the life of our early settlers.
This is really where they settled in and became Americans.
Oh, here's a big one.
One thing that's very unique about our museum is that we have costumed young historians who volunteer at our events and teach others about our early settlers.
I kind of walk around if someone asks me about them, like who am I playing or why are you dressed up, I tell them like I'm dressed up as Henry Clark, and I tell them kind of the backstory of the Jonathan Clark House, and I show them like where food is and how to play the games, and I kind of show them around the property.
I like talking to people about the character and just being in character. Then people can know what happened in the past and they can see kind of how people lived back then.
And of course, thank you events for our members.
This is Pie on the Patio, and the group of people here, it seems like it gets bigger every year. It's just a really lovely garden party, actually.
It's just really prideful, and being a lifelong resident of this city, I feel it's something I want to do.
There has to be a passion, there has to be some passion for history and preserving things of value. And when I heard about this and how it was saved, I was very excited about it.
I guess we have an appreciation, maybe the older we get, of our heritage and our background.
I think it's important to save a place like this and help it thrive so other people can have that same feeling.
We're losing more and more of the properties that were built in that era. This has stood the test of time, and we need to try to keep those that are in this type of shape.
It's become a part of the community, I think. I hope it's here and flourishes for many years in the future.
So join us as we collect, preserve, and share the history of the Jonathan Clark House and our early settlers.